Welcome back to the Youtini Show, your one-stop shop for all things going on in Star Wars. I am Eric, here once again with Wes and JG, and we got a lot of fun stuff to chat about tonight. Star Wars Little Red Moon is coming out tomorrow, and we got a little bit of a preview for you. Podracing is going to come to Star Wars Unlimited. Andor arrives in Galaxy of Heroes, and John Williams takes home a Grammy. But to start out tonight, everyone, it's one of the best times of the year because it's Star Wars New Release Week. Tomorrow, Star Wars Little Red Moon, an Outlaws novel by Mike Chen, will be available wherever you get your books. And while our Youtini review will be slightly delayed, sorry about that, we thought we'd take some time to offer some spoiler-free thoughts on the book. Now, JG and I have finished Little Red Moon, and JG will be covering the book in detail on next month's Canon Book Club. So, Wes, I'm going to start with you. What would you hope to expect from a prequel book to last year's Star Wars Outlaws?
I don't know.
Excellent.
One, Outlaws, I never got around to playing. Sorry. But that is, I have it downloaded. I mean, I bought it, but I have it downloaded, but I haven't played it yet. So you guys are going to have to tell me what I need to expect about Outlaws. I know it was like Mike Chen's last book, Brotherhood. How does that compare? Like, do you have to read that in order to like get the gist of this prequel?
What a fantastic question, because I can't answer that without spoilers. Absolutely not. You do not need to have read Brotherhood. You can. Brotherhood's quite good. We covered that way back on the Living Force days, I believe. But Little Red Moon is its own solo book. And I would argue you probably don't even need to have played Outlaws. JG, what do you think?
Okay.
Absolutely not. I have a strong personal feeling that I think there is a chance, more times than not, people who haven't played the game might actually find more enjoyment reading the book first than those who've played the game first.
Crazy. But also, I can totally see it. For those of you that may not know and haven't heard about it, Star Wars Outlaws Little Red Moon is a prequel novel. Especially, I mean, he's an awesome, fantastic. We love him. But I think the book does an interesting job taking you through kind of how they met. There's a big mystery at the center of it. But without getting into my thoughts on the book necessarily, Gigi, I want to ask you, what did you think about Mike Chen's Brotherhood just as a book? Because I think that will also affect how people think about Little Red Moon.
Yeah, personally, I loved Brotherhood. It was something for me that I kind of had neutral expectations in. Like, I'm one where I kind of want us to go beyond the Skywalker. So, like, an Obi-Wan Anakin book, while that might be exciting for many people, for me, I was like, okay, I'm going to read it. We'll get a good time. And I was kind of exceeded my expectations, I personally like Mike Chen's writing, and I think he did a really good job with those known characters. So I think going into this is interesting to see him tackle some lesser known characters.
Yeah, Brotherhood, for those of you that weren't maybe around and reading all the canon at the time, was that business on Cato de Moidia. Was the canonization of that. Wes, do you remember? You read that book.
I did read that book, yes.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
That was back. We never knew in the old days when Wes was reading books or not. It was a lot of fun. It was a Wild West.
Yes, I did do the homework. I remember that we did make fun of the cover a little bit. But I also remember that this was part of the ones like where they spout out some details within the movie, and you're just like, oh, I wonder what that's all about. And they gave it to us. They gave us the details. So I'm happy that they gave us that story that people were asking about. What is this business on Cato?
I don't know. What is the business of Cato de Moidia? What's the business with JG right now, brother? We just lost him. Oh, maybe he's back. Maybe he's not. What's happening? I got.
It's just us.
Okay, connection. That's fine. That's fine. You know what, JG? Fine, man. You say, you guys, this is what happens. Kathleen Kennedy leaves, and now if you say verbally you don't want more stories in the Skywalker saga, you're done. You're done. They will cut your feet out and take you away. That being said, tomorrow, Little Red Moon does come out. There are previews available. There's an excerpt over on Polygon if people want to check that out. But I guess my question for you, Wes, thinking about this book, you haven't played Outlaws. JG says maybe you don't need to play Outlaws to enjoy the book. What do you think is the future of tie-in media in Star Wars? Because we're about to come up on The Mandalorian and Grogu. We, I believe, don't have any books, young adult or adult novels tied into that. We have what's it called? Starfighter coming out next year. I mean, do you think we're going to get back into the zone where eventually we can get more tie-in novels and books like we did with Solo and The Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi, or is this going to be kind of a thing of the past?
I think it might be a thing of the past, but I think the timing of this is a little odd. Maybe Outlaws has been out for, say a year. Was it a year? Maybe a little longer.
Yeah, just about a little over a year, I think. No, yeah, it came out in September 2024. I want to say.
Okay, yeah. So
yeah, it's just over a year.
I think that we played this, or y'all have played this game. The game was probably, it hit its peak like the first month it was out, and then people kind of fell off a little bit. But I don't think people are continuing to play the game as much, as it came out. But putting the prequel out might like bring some awareness back to the game. But I also think that they should have maybe put this book out like closer to the game launch. That way, like you have a frame of reference here, so you can be like, oh, I just finished this game within like 3-4 months of it coming out. Now I can know what's going on beforehand. I don't know that many people are going to read it just because of the game itself. But knowing, like you said, JG, knowing that you don't have to play the game to know the story, that's a plus.
Yeah, for sure. And the cover is great. I got to say, it's one of, I think, the most aesthetically pleasing covers we've gotten in a while. Between Master of Evil and then this, like, we're on a really good run of adult novel covers, which is nice to see. But I don't know. I liked Outlaws a lot. I think I was higher on it than almost anyone else I knew. I had a great time playing Outlaws. I think I liked it better than the Jedi games personally at the time. I did go back and play the DLC, and now I acknowledge it runs a little janky. Like, it's not exactly the smoothest thing in the world. But I loved KVS. I loved ND5 more specifically, and I loved Nyx. I mean, come on, let's be real. But I like that they're doing this. I hope in the future, though, because I didn't love Battle Scars. I will say that review is on Youtini. You can see that. And no spoilers, but I also didn't really love this book. Full review will be out next week. It's running a little behind. Sorry about that. But I didn't really love this book. I think that the video game adaptations, for whatever reason, are just seem to be tougher to get. And I hope that we start to get more of those books like we got with the Journey 2 series of the books that give context for this world surrounding the project. I mean, part of the fun of the sequel trilogy was getting books like Bloodline, was getting books like Resistance Reborn, was getting these books that really created the world surrounding it rather than a direct tie-in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do want to bring up one point to circle back about like the timing of the release and everything.
Yeah.
I actually think it's a great time right now because just about 2-3 weeks ago, they just launched it on Game Pass. So more than ever. And right now, we've actually gotten past the point now, all the jank that was there in the beginning when all of us diehards are jumping in, most of that is ironed out now. And a lot of people are like,
patches are great.
People are like, oh, wow, this is actually a really good game and such. I think it's actually a great testament to showing the potential of what a Star Wars open world can be. I think the story in Outlaws is a little flat for me, but I think it's a great game, and I think it's a very good game.
Yeah, I agree. So go check out Outlaws on Game Pass this week. If you haven't, give it a shot. Go check out Low Red Moon tomorrow. It's, again, the Audible audiobook as well. Audible. It's becoming like Kleenex where I say Audible when I mean audiobook. Same thing. The audiobook is actually narrated by the voice actors of Jalen and ND5 for their respective chapters. You have multiple points of view for both of them.
Oh,
so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's
a cool thing.
I always like it when they have the actual author read the book when they do the audio version, that they actually read the book that they do. So having like the characters themselves read it is even better. It's almost like audio drama.
Yeah. Yep. Oh my guys. You say audio drama. Now I'm just remembering that Afro audio drama that Emily Wu Zeller narrated. God, that was so good. Emily Wu Zeller did that, and then she did Pan Man and Cyberpunk 2077, and now I will follow her into hell. Whatever Emily Wu Zeller narrates is perfect to me. So
really good.
come back to Star Wars, Emily, please. I know you're doing great. You have a great career, but we would love you back here. So go check out Low Red Moon this week, and then let us know your thoughts in our community and our Discord, youtini.com/community. We have a free open Discord. We are talking about everything. We're going to have a channel for all the Star Wars canon books we talk about, and of course, anything else going on in Star Wars, including our next topic here. Because everybody, that was a book release preview. But this, my friends, is pod racing. That's right. As spoiler season for the upcoming 7th set of Star Wars Unlimited continues, we finally have a look at some pod racers that are coming to the game. Anakin's pod racer and Sebulba's pod racer are getting cards at long last, as are the racers themselves, despite not being able to officially pilot them, but that's a whole different thing. Fellas, Wes, you play. JG, it's a matter of time. How great is it that we're finally getting the best sport in the galaxy in Star Wars Unlimited?
It's about time.
I love it. I love it.
Finally!
I love that there's vehicles there. I don't love that you can't pilot them.
Well,
Not yet.
You can, but they're vehicles, but the racers can't pilot. Like Anakin, this Anakin card and Sebulba card can't pilot a vehicle.
Well, just
seems like a miss.
Okay, yes. Yeah. Let's say yes.
Seems like a miss.
Okay.
Well, just wait for the Galactic Racer video game to come out when they make a set that goes alongside the release of that.
Dude! Oh my gosh, I can't wait for that.
Easy expansion set moneymaker right there for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you that may not know, because I don't know if we talked about it, we took a week off of talking about Star Wars Unlimited. The Star Wars TCG is coming out with their 7th set of Lawless Time in just about a month now. So we're getting a lot of card previews. And this week we got those pod racer cards. Pod racing has been such a formative part of Star Wars, which is funny for me. Because if you think about it, pod racing is very, I would say, in the minds of Star Wars fans. Like everyone knows about it, everyone thinks about it. It's in one movie, dude. Like it's in one movie. It doesn't happen again in any of the animated shows. It doesn't happen in the live action shows. It doesn't happen in any other film.
You're
15
right.
minutes out of the thousands of hours of content is pod
about
racing.
it so much too. How it's like
So much.
it's pivotal in Star Wars, and it came out in just one movie.
It's 15.
funny.
Yep.
It's like the pod race is so long. I'm like, my bro, that's the life of pod racing.
Yeah.
That's it. But I'm excited to play it. The Anakin Legendary Pod Racer looks awesome. It's got ambush and a couple other things that if you attack and no one else has attacked this phase, you deal your combat damage first. It's an amazing second turn play. I will absolutely nuke my pre-release to play some pod race cards. Like I will play worse cards to play pod racers. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like there's so much fun with this.
It's similar to the Millennium Falcon card, how you can deal damage before your opponent, but then you have to pay a resource every round that when you have Millennium Falcon on your board, which I didn't know until Sunday. And I was like, what's going on? I want to keep the Millennium Falcon on my board, but I have to keep paying for it. And I was like, I guess so. But it's a very powerful card, so I understand why they do it. But they don't have that on these Pod Racer cards, and those cards are going to be very valuable. So I'm excited to see what they actually show inside a deck.
Yeah. I hope they're doable. I hope they're valuable, and they get value after I already have a play set completed. Would be ideal. But let me ask you guys. We have talked about pod racing from time to time on this show. JG, I don't think we've talked to you about pod racing, so I want to talk to you first here. Speaking of the future, there's a lot of pod racers that could come to this game. We only have Anakin and Sebulba revealed right now. JG, who's your favorite pod racer growing up?
Oh my gosh, I can't even pronounce the name, but it's Ben Quad, whatever.
Ben Quattrocero!
Thank you. Yes, of course. Yeah, the GOAT, the legend, the icon, the secret unlock back in the original video game and all that, like the most powerful racer. Gotta have him.
Okay, that's fair. And then there's got to be there's a card in Star Wars Unlimited that's rotating out called Heroic Sacrifice, where you get plus two attack, but you then have to kill the unit. What if Ben Quattrocero is just every time he attacks, give him +4, but then he blows up? Like,
oh no!
It's a sacrifice card.
Yeah, yes. He has ambush, but also heroic sack. So every time he comes out, he blows up.
That poor guy. So for people who don't remember, and I'm sure you do, he never left the starting line. but he
Yes,
is
he's the one.
but he is a favorite among like he's also my favorite in case.
Okay, is it
Yeah.
okay? Well,
He's also
what's your,
my favorite.
Wes,
But
you got to go to a secondary one. You
my
can't both
secondary,
do Ben.
my secondary is Sebulba because I love the sound of his pod racer. It was
It's
like
unbelievable.
Yeah, it was,
The purr.
right.
Yeah, no, that thing is unmistakable when it comes out. It's so good. I also love the scale of it when he's like going. It's on the back of Anakin. I feel like that's when I'm on the highway and one of those giant mother trucks.
Yeah.
With the headlights that come on and are
Mhm.
blaring into my back mirror. I feel like Anakin, where I'm like, stop it!
It's like two.
Stop it!
It's like two Mack trucks tied together by a cable, and it's just
Yeah.
right behind him. It's like, there's no way Anakin's gonna win
Yeah.
with this guy behind.
And he
him.
still cheats.
Yeah.
Hey, you ain't,
Ridiculous.
you ain't trying. Houston Astros. All right, go ahead.
That's right. That's right. I will also say, my favorite pod racer, then neither one of you took him because he's insanely weird. Team Toe Pagales. He's my favorite. Wes, if you'd be so kind, pull up an image of Team Toe Pagales. I throw this at you. He is.
I was looking up the.
Is this
pod
the one with the
racers.
family?
No, this is the one. I earnestly don't know. He has these like circle pod racer that it's like a round thing. And that's all I know because in Star Wars Pod Racer, the game back in the day, the pod just looked different and cool. And he's the one I always played as. And that was literally it, which is weird. But I hope that now that we have Anakin, now we have Sebulba. Ben Quadraneros also seems like a no-brainer card because he kind of is a meme at this point. Like, and Star Wars Unlimited does pretty well with the meme characters, I will say. I don't know. I think there's a really good chance to bring them in. I have no idea what their specific abilities would be,
Right.
but I think it's possible.
It really
man.
did.
What
Oh,
was
I'm
his-
ready.
What was his name?
Team Toe Pagales, Teemto.
Oh, okay.
While he's
Joe
pulling that
Bassett,
up,
I see.
it did dawn on me. I don't know why I just thought about this, but really, pod racing really is just the NASCAR of the
Yes.
Star Wars galaxy.
Yes.
You know, it's dirty. It's in the middle of nowhere, and just it's rough. You have the fights and such. It's
Yep.
definitely not the F1.
No, this is not the refined racing. This is like, this is dirty. It is rough. There's a bunch of illicit gambling going on.
That's the big thing.
Yeah, look at that guy. Look at that
Oh.
guy.
Yeah, he's the one that's in the racer where he has to stick his head out like Ace Ventura when he's driving the car.
Because they can't see anything. Who designed this? Probably Doug Chang. Listen, Doug, you're a hero, but come on now.
It's
What
given
did you
Doug
see
Chang.
out of that?
That's the thing. The thing with the pod racing was there was children and families watching, but it was a life and death race. Like people
Oh, yeah.
died
Mhm.
in
They
the race,
exploded.
every race. So like that's why I think it was so impactful, and because of the gambling, right? Because we saw like in
Yes.
episode 2, they went to the bar and
Yep.
they
Mhm.
were watching like this weird robot football that was going
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Trash football with robots. It's like, I
But-
gotta say, I love Star Wars. That's the laziest design choice I've ever seen.
Mhm.
Is it Blitzball? Is that what that is?
I think so.
Anyway,
Yeah, but like this would be the quintessential sport to gamble on in the Star Wars universe is pod racing.
oh yeah.
So
Oh,
that,
yeah.
I think that's why it hits so hard, and because of the life and death nature of it.
Mhm. Shmi
Yeah.
Shmi even says it, that's what it's all that there is gambling in the racing.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
Yeah.
He gets it. Yeah, I'm so excited that it's coming here. I hope that we get some prestige cards with pod racers. I don't think we will because
Mhm.
it's not a vehicle set. I'm gonna lower my expectations on that, but
Mhm.
man, pod racing is gonna be great. I like that Anakin's pod at least is really, really good and useful.
Mhm.
Anytime you can get some weird cards that are actually gonna see play, I think it's fun.
Yeah.
And I don't know, JG, I'm sure you get a local shop that has a pre-release coming up.
Yeah, I was about to say, actually, as someone right now who collects more than he plays, the art is
Oz.
phenomenal. I think that's something else to bring up. Like the
Yes.
look at those. Those are gorgeous. And like Star Wars Unlimited does not shy away from gorgeous art, but these ones they did a really good job with what we're seeing here so far.
That's a great point. There's been some odd cards this set as far as art goes. There's like a Galen Ursa who frankly looks like he's pooping. It's a little weird. It's
Listen,
an awkward
Everybody
card.
does it.
I was
Everybody
about to say,
Why
just
not?
because they don't show it in Star Wars, it does happen, Eric.
It does happen. He's in the refresher.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta be canon. But but no, the detail in these pods is so freaking good. And Sebulba is actually a leader unit too, so you can make a whole Sebulba deck with his pod racer that of course synergizes with his abilities and stuff. And I hope we'll get more pod racers coming up. FFG, if you're listening, hi, welcome. We'd love to preview some cards next set. We're happy to do that, but please make more pod racers. We love the pod racing in the game, and I hope to see many of these at my own store pre-release, which is coming up the first weekend of March. All right, now Star Wars Unlimited isn't the only Star Wars game that is currently going, and it surely isn't the most profitable. Because, my friends, that title goes to Galaxy of Heroes, the mobile game which has been going for just over a decade now. Can you believe that? EA announced this week that the game is going to be receiving a major update soon, including a new Cassian Andor, as well as Dedra Meero and Major Partagaz from the lauded series. Guys, we have briefly mentioned Galaxy of Heroes before, but before we get into the nitty-gritty, what do you think about the continued popularity of this game? Do you find it at all surprising that we keep getting these updates?
No.
Mobile
gaming is the biggest moneymaker when it comes to that industry. The fact it prints money. It just prints money. And to put it very bluntly, without getting too deep into the weeds about it, is just it's an addicting thing where it is very hard to stop playing. That once you get sucked in, you get sucked into it. And that's why that these games are so popular, is because it is very hard to stop playing them. And granted, they can be very fun. Heck, I was into this back when it launched and everything. But they also, like Eric said, they become money pits. Just like anything else in life.
Sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
And they keep adding on with characters. They keep I don't if nobody's or if somebody's playing is I don't really like these characters, just wait a month and you'll get your character in there, right? Because they keep adding and cosmetics and various weapons and stuff like that. My buddies play. They've been playing for years. But one of the biggest things with Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and really with any mobile game is that it's accessible to everybody. Everybody has a cell phone now, or most people have a cell phone now, and that's the primary the primary I guess device to play on. You can play that on an iPad too if you wanted to.
And like we said the last segment, everybody poops, so you have time to play it.
Although I read, there are some articles that I read where you shouldn't be sitting that long while you scroll because it could be detrimental to your health or anything. But I'm not quite sure about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes with the accessibility where you use controllers like this.
Fancy.
Now instead of using your thumbs on the screen, you can just connect a controller to your phone and it's just like having a controller, but you have your screen right in front of your face. Yeah. So there's even more ways to play. It's easier if you're a console player or something and you're more adapted to a controller and not just using your fingers on the screen. So you can now use the directional pad. You can use the joysticks. There's buttons there. So there's more accessibility, I think, than ever before. And the money that this thing makes monthly, guys,
daily.
Yeah. Well, here I got some stats for us. I don't have the exact money amounts, but I do have some fun stats. You mentioned, Wes, there's a lot of characters, right? Wait for your character. How many ships and characters, I'll say combined, do you think are currently in the game?
Ships and characters?
Yeah, to choose from, to put on your squad. If you had to ballpark it, how many do you think are in the game?
I'll probably lowball it here. 125.
Okay. JG, what do you think?
I looked at the notes.
Okay.
I read the notes.
Over 300.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep. Double.
So another game. We know there's people that play. How many people have played this game since it started 10 years ago?
Millions. Can we say millions? Is millions a thing? 2 million.
Can say, but how many? 2 million?
2 million people. Oh, I just saw the beginning. I'm sorry. I just saw the notes in the front.
More than 150 million people have played it since it started.
That's the population of half the country.
That's true. So the population of the UK is 70 million. So that's double the entire UK. Let's see here. How many countries in the world have populations larger than the player base of Star? And I will say not player base. This is the total players.
Yeah.
Players.
If the total amount of players that have played Star Wars Unlimited were their own country, they'd be the 10th most populous country on the planet.
That's insane. And,
So
and
that's
that,
why they put money into the game, is what I'm saying.
yes. And that is why not to get too deep into the video game side of things, but as fans of video games,
Yes.
that's why you see studios and such attempting to make these mobile games. That's why we're gonna see like an Assassin's Creed mobile game. That's why we're gonna see like a different League of Legends, game on phones and such. And that's why this industry, gamers will like want to look bombastic side eye it, but like it is where the money is at.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And there's a chance, Variety put out an article about this update, and they said, there's a way that by putting these characters in the game, maybe some people that don't know these shows or these products will then go back and watch what they're in. I'll be honest. Through playing Star Wars Unlimited, at least, obviously much smaller. We're not quite at 150 million players yet. We'll get there, But like, I played a deck with Miggs Mayfeld in it when I started out, and I didn't really care about Miggs that much in The Mandalorian. And then I played him a lot. I'm like, I kind of like Miggs now. Like, Mina Bonteri, super in my decks now. I kind of want to go back and watch some Clone Wars. Like, that absolutely works. And to mention your buddies here, Wes, EA's Capital Games Eric Larson, the studio general manager, said we've got players who, on average, are playing over 2 hours a day with us every single day of the year. So if you're doing that, if you're playing 2 hours a day, and you
600
put,
hours.
I don't know, $4 a week into a pack or something, or $10 a week, that's still, for return on investment of your time, pretty good.
Yeah.
So it totally makes sense.
And it doesn't seem like a lot, like when you have like these, say like a weekly transaction, but over like months and years, it tends to
10
be a lot.
years.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if you can really put a price on $4 a week for like a couple of years. That gives you that kind of satisfaction, I guess. But when you round it up, like you're like, I spent $600 last year.
If you do Eric's simple math, if you do simply at $10 a week and 50 weeks, that's about oh gosh, my brain is fried.
Yep.
What, 500?
Add a zero, you got this.
Yeah.
500 bucks a month, 500 bucks a year.
But then if you look at the hours you're investing, then
that's like what, 2 hours a day for 365? That's like over 700 hours.
People spent $60 on GTA 5 and they're still playing that over a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, your time is worth what it is for you. And I think that there's people that, if you play Fortnite and you get if you're on crew, you're paying $10 a month, but how many hours are you getting out of that? It's all value based. And the fact that they keep updating it like this makes a lot of sense. So Dedra, Partagas, and New Cassian are coming. To put it in context of our earlier conversation about tie-ins, does Ryan Gosling and Starfighter come to Galaxy of Heroes the month the film comes out? Because if I were them, I'd put him in a month beforehand to give all these players a full month to play with the character and then go see the movie.
Yeah.
Love the character already. Like, oh my God, that guy's on my team. I want to go see his film opening weekend, which we know box office wise matters a lot. Like, I think that's the way they can market this stuff, because you're not going to get spoilers by seeing the guy in a costume doing a move.
Yeah.
Like,
or you could slide something in there, little hints here about what it is.
We're not Fortniting Palpatine again.
And then you can really get the player. You get the player base up to 200.
We're not.
Million.
We tried that once and it nuked everything.
Yeah.
I think that's on the surface, that's the right way to do things, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah. I think I'm excited for them to try to use this. If Galaxy of Heroes is going to reach millions of people and it's going to get even a couple 100,000 people to go out and buy a ticket to Starfighter, or go buy a ticket to XYZ, or go watch the Ninth Jedi when it comes out, like whatever it may be, Andor here, even though it's after the fact, that's so good for Star Wars. And I think that's the attitude that a lot of us are starting to have, where Star Wars is growing in a lot of ways that don't necessarily serve everyone in the same way, whether it be games, whether it be, trading cards, whether it be animated shows, whether it be comics, whatever it is. I feel like we're all starting to realize this serves Star Wars,
Yeah.
right? By bringing people in. And I think this is probably the most financially obvious way to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. It does help me remember a lot. When speaking of Star Wars Unlimited specifically, it helps me remember a lot of the characters that I had previously forgotten from like the Clone Wars. There's so many characters in Clone Wars that I forgot, and it helps me kind of go back in time of where I was when I first saw this character and kind of what their backstory is. And I'm sure Galaxy Heroes does the same thing with their cast of characters. But I was looking at some stats myself. So back in like 2023, monthly revenue was $2.5 million monthly revenue. And that
I can
was
live on that.
2 years
I can
ago.
live on
right?
that. Yeah.
And they said like to date, the game has created or has taken in $1 billion in revenue. A B.
Like,
With
great.
A B.
Yeah. Sure. You
Wow.
know?
Wow. So yeah, we're probably gonna wind the game down. We're probably gonna stop supporting it. It's really not, making money or anything. Like, come on. This thing's gonna go forever.
Yes. It's just going to keep on going. And why not? We got our new Disney CEO we talked a couple weeks ago about who's going to succeed Kathleen Kennedy. Now Bob Iger's on the way out, and inside tip, it sounds like Josh D'Amaro, who is a big parks guy, is going to take over. But the person as the head of Disney is going to look at all the stuff again and be like, all right, where are we putting our resources? And where are we getting money? Because I will guarantee you, yes, this game has to stay updated. They have to make sure the servers don't crash. That costs money with the player base. They are not putting in what they're getting back on this, right?
Yeah, you're
so
right.
projects like this throughout the Disney Corporation, you make these that are continuous cash cows so you can lose money on other smaller projects. Like Galaxy of Heroes can make $1 billion so that we can experiment with a narrative game, or we can experiment with an animated series based off season 2 of an anime. Like, all this stuff works in concert together. So even though none of us play this game, and I don't think any of us have any intention to play this game, am I right about that? I don't think
No.
I'm afraid.
I'm not going to start it.
I'm afraid.
I've done-
I'm already money pitting one
Yeah,
Star Wars game, and I haven't shared this on stream yet. I'm money pitting a second game here.
Yeah, you are.
I got into Lorcana 2 weeks ago. That's not good for me.
It's fine.
Really
It's
fun.
fine.
Really
It's fine.
fun. I'm going to I have 3,000 cards next to me that I bought.
Wow. Yeah.
They're all commons and uncommons. They were dirt cheap. Shout out to my Facebook seller, who I will not dox here on the show. But I did buy all full play sets of all the commons and uncommons for all the cards currently in rotation. It was over 3,000 cards. The box weighed 12 pounds, and it was less than $100. So that was good. But yeah, Galaxy of Heroes, I don't think it's going to be necessarily the thing, but I'm glad it exists. And shout out if you're playing. Andor's coming soon. If you're an Andor fan that needs more Andor, pick up Galaxy of Heroes, play for a while, hit the point where you have to pay to win, and then delete it from your phone, like we all do. That'd be great.
Preach.
All right. Now, finally, everybody, back to the artistry a little bit. We're going to end tonight with a word of congratulations to the maestro, John Williams. Last night, the Grammy Awards were held, and even though their eligibility rules will confuse me until the day I die, apparently, John Williams won one because the team brought home the trophy for Best Music Film. And guys, just how great is it that this man continues to be celebrated well into his 90s? Like, that's just wonderful, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well deserved, and just the music that he's composed throughout his entire career are all iconic soundtracks that everybody knows and people may not know, and they're like, I can't believe John Williams did that. Like, he has done so much. He deserves this, like, more than just this award. He deserves like the Super Grammy or like the Ultimate Grammy or something like for soundtracks,
Grammy.
right? I mean,
Amazing.
Now, John Williams, the first recipient of the Super Grammy.
you can't hold it. It's so big. You have to take it home like in a trailer or something.
Oh my God, that'd be the best.
Mm.
Yeah, no, he's just such a legend, and I don't know, with music especially, it feels like for years a lot of the celebration of certain musicians, not all, but non-pop musicians was like Wade was once they're dead, we'll tell them how wonderful they were.
Yeah.
They were so great, their body of work. And John Williams, I mean, he's getting up there. He's in his 90s. Like John Williams, like I love the man. He's 93. He was born in 1932, before World War II. This man, right? I don't know if y'all saw. He was in Boston for his piano concerto. They wheeled him out in a wheelchair. He seemed happy, but he's getting up there. A far cry from when we saw him at Celebration in Anaheim. I'll say that.
Which was awesome to see. I'm glad I was able to see that. So,
wish I was there.
Yeah, one of the best moments of my life. But this got me thinking, and I put this in here because obviously we want to celebrate John and like, the movie got good. He got a Grammy, he got an award. Is there a way we can try to celebrate the legends of Star Wars more while they're here? Because I think we messed that up with Carrie a little bit. She went. There were so many years where the Star Wars community said we love her, but it was never really quite enough. And then she passed, and we're like, actually, her Leia work was kind of amazing, and she was a script doctor and did all this stuff. And now we have people like Mark and like Harrison, like George. Like we have all these folks, but like, what can we do with them while they're here? If we can't give them all Grammys, like as a fandom, is there something we could be doing?
I think the easiest way is to simply share their works and everything that they've done and the accomplishment and share it with your friends and family. I think that is by far the easiest and long-lasting effect, is that it's specifically for John Williams, like play the crap out of his music and share it with your friends and family. I think that is ultimately by sharing that, because not everyone is going to be like us where we're just randomly on an afternoon putting on John Williams while we work, And I think just continuing to keep their work and everything alive and continue to keep that spirit, I think ultimately goes a long way, because it shares it with other people, and then they will share it and snowball it. And I think that goes the same way even with like Harrison or even Mark and such, by showing their movies and such, even beyond Star Wars and such.
Yeah.
I think like every year my downtown Houston, they have an opera house there, and they have a music venue, and they have like the music of John Williams. They have the music of John Williams they play, and they also will have either one of the Star Wars movies, and they will play, the orchestra will play while the movie is going. And they'll switch off movies yearly, but they have it yearly. And it's not a huge venue, but it's always packed. There's never like multiple seats open for that. So
I think that's awesome.
I think as a Star Wars fan community, a concerted effort to really like explore, like you said, JG, these their works, and let everybody know like they have made a lasting impact on us. How can we get that out to everybody to see? Just share it. Say, hey, we're passing down your work through generations, through your kids, and like show it to your parents that have never seen it before or something. Just like get everybody involved. I think so.
Like Coco Melon? Nah, kid, you're watching Raiders of the Lost Ark. And get with it. And
I don't think like they'll be forgotten, right? Like once like years from now, and God forbid everybody, they pass, but it's going to happen, and they're not going to be forgotten. These are like the most iconic characters in cinema, and John Williams with his themes for each one of these characters. That's the biggest thing. The Star Wars for me are the themes that John Williams created for each one of these characters. When this character's about to about to appear, or there's going to be some kind of climactic point where this music plays. And I think like that's one of the biggest takeaways for me is just the music. I always get goosebumps when I hear these characters' themes on every one of these movies, and he does such a great
Ray's
job.
theme, you've talked about it ad nauseum. Like that brought him.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm not going to do Star Wars, and then wait a minute, I need to write for this character, because he felt in his soul what he had to do. And before Daisy Ridley speaks a single word of dialogue, John Williams tells you who Ray is.
Yep,
unbelievable. And then Dale in the chat, he tagged me in Discord as well. He did mention Spielberg won the Grammy for helping make this movie, and that gives Spielberg officially an EGOT after all these years.
Oh, right.
Yep.
He is an EGOT.
Finally.
Steven, we know you're a listener.
Congratulations. Yes.
The EGOT, speaking of people who want to celebrate while they're here.
Yeah, you won't have the EGOT what the EGOT SG, the EGOT Super Grammy, but I think John Williams is gonna get that one before anybody.
Scott. Yeah. Nah, he's just there's just something about him. And I think sometimes I try to get cute in my brain of like, who's my favorite movie composer or whatever. We're so obsessed with lists, and we are, of course. There's going to be weeks we're going to bring back some games and we list things and we rank things. It's fun. It's part of being a fan. But I think like, who makes the greatest scores? And there's so many people now. Like Ruben Goranson is the guy that's coming up. That's so amazing. Alexander Desplat does some great work. But then you're like, man, John and Williams. You just think about this. Every single thing that he made came just from his mind. Every single thing in Star Wars and Indiana Jones and E.T. and all these things. And that's why I think this documentary is so good. If you haven't watched music by John Williams, it is on Disney Plus. It is now a Grammy winner. It is wonderful because it really just tells you the scope of what this man made. And, I'm going to be honest. I want to go to Celebration next year because it's my life's purpose to go, honestly. But there's a dark possibility that if he makes it there, I mean, John Williams he's not going to have too many celebrations left in him. And seeing that man in the flesh is something very special, even if he's not conducting. Just being in his presence, you kind of feel it. You know what I mean?
He's done a lot for us, so I think like to him, just to sit back and receive praise for what he's done. I think that would be helpful to the Star Wars community just to see that he's happy. Hopefully he is happy. Hopefully he is happy that he's brought joy to a lot of people.
He'll be having fun.
I think also I pulled it up here on Disney Plus as well, and it looks like here they recommended also another thing to check out. It looks like is that they put up a concert from 2023 where I guess he did a concert in Japan, and it says that after 30 years he returns and performs with the Saito Kinen Orchestra. So that is over another almost 2 hours of content there for you on Disney Plus as well. So
there's so much you can do. There's so much availability for these masters to see how they're working and see what they do. I love it. And you know what? We'll see what John Williams does. He might never write Star Wars again. We might have had our last bit, but man, what a body of work it's been. And congratulations to the maestro himself and everyone involved in that film for bringing that to life. I know that was a labor of love for everybody. Another fantastic week of Star Wars. I started thinking today, I was like, what are we going to talk about? What do we got? And every week, the Star Wars community keeps building and building. And y'all, this year, I know we were talking about it when Filoni took over. I'm feeling it in my bones. This year, there is something brewing about Star Wars, and it's going to be really, really fun. And I'm so glad y'all are here with us, watching and listening. We're going to bring it to you every single week. There are some games that'll be coming back, of course. There are some cards that are going to be coming back, of course. And we'll be back every single Monday to bring it to you. But not this time. Wait, real quick before I let y'all go, though. I was about to do my outro, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that this Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday. One of the best days of the year. I will be hosting a party at my house. If you're invited, you've already gotten a text. I am so sorry. Please do not dox me.
The big game, Eric. You got the big game. Yeah, there's a bill in the mail coming to you that you're gonna have to pay.
Okay, excellent, great.
I hated that they say that. The big game's happening. It's like,
it is. It's the big game. It's like the world championship of the United States based sport. Whatever. It's my favorite though. It's so dumb. Boys, we got Seahawks and Patriots. Wes, going to you first. Who's gonna win?
Seahawks. Come on, Carl.
Seahawks.
That's where we're going.
All right. Darnold MVP.
Oh.
Super Bowl MVP.
Darnold. Yeah, it'd have to be. He would be the one if they won the game. He would be Super Bowl MVP.
God, going from getting cut by the Vikings to Super Bowl MVP the next year would be amazing. Okay. JG, what do you think?
My heart and brain both says Seattle. There's no way I can accept, as a Steelers fan, a New England Super Bowl. If you know, you know.
Fair. Darnold as well?
Oh, by far, yeah.
Okay.
lights out performance.
All right. It's a clean sweep.
Okay.
Also going Seahawks.
Yes.
Okay.
Our buddy Carl, whom we love so much, our editor-in-chief over at Youtini.com, season ticket holder. Not a Super Bowl ticket holder last I checked, unfortunately. But I think that's going to go very well. I like the Seahawks in the game. I think there's a more complete team. Start to finish all season, they've really been bringing it. Kenneth Walker, they're running back, Michigan State alum. That's my alma mater. But Drake May, hilariously born in the town in which I now live in Huntersville, North Carolina. So
You don't say.
it's a hometown boy. You are Drake May. But I also think I do not have a hatred in my heart for the Patriots right now. I have a lot of respect for what Mike Vrabel did in a single year. Drake May, they're from 3-14 to being in the Super Bowl. That's a great story. If they win, I won't be angry. I don't want it because Boston sports fans, I know some of you listen to this pod. Thank you so much. Happy to have you here. You need to suffer longer.
I've had enough. All right.
Mhm.
I've had enough of your
the
winning.
Celtics won the championship 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Less.
Listen, just visit Pittsburgh and you'll gain that hatred. Let it in, okay?
There you go. It's fine. Anyway, I also think Seahawks. I think Darnold or JSN might get it. Maybe they'll pull an Edelman where they give it. If JSN gets like 200 yards or something and 3 touchdowns, it'll probably be him. But a non-quarterback Super Bowl MVP is a rarity, I would say. So
Right.
Yes.
So we'll see. Very excited. If you don't usually watch football, watch the Super Bowl. It's a great communal event. I honestly think it's one of those things that kind of unites everybody. It's just like most of the folks coming to my house on Sunday, for which my glorious wife will be putting together quite the spread, and I'll be putting the cold beer in the ice. Don't watch football. Don't watch the NFL at all. But they come to the Super Bowl party, and we have a good time. So see if your friends are hosting one.
Commercials
watch
are
it.
fun.
Check out the commercials.
I've already seen a commercial today that was.
I hate. Why do they
so
put them out
good.
now?
Right, I hate
Why?
that too.
It's next week. Let me watch it when I'm scrolling past them. I don't want to see them.
Yeah. That is my millennial boomer take, as I also hate it so much.
Loud.
Also,
It's
pro
not a
tip,
Super Bowl commercial.
pro tip real quick. If you don't have a ton of friends, also a great way to experience what my brother and I have done now recently, go to Buffalo Wild Wings or go to a sports bar.
Yes.
There are lots. You can get that communal feeling. Like if you have a lot of friends, it's great. 10 out of 10
Yes.
recommend.
I completely agree. The only time I went to a Buffalo Wild Wings for a big sports game was for the Michigan State game when I lived in Michigan still. And it was like a 6 o'clock game. My dad and I got to the B-dubs at like 2 o'clock. Got a spot at the bar, drank the entire day. And it was the trouble with the snap game, if you know, you know. Where Michigan State won in the last play of regulation. I lost my voice for a week, and I hugged strangers, at least 300 people. It was the best. So, have some fun. Happy Super Bowl week, everybody. Hope you have a good time. We'll be back next week to chat about whatever's going on in Star Wars. I think the nerds usually take this week off because they know that they can't get into the news cycle, but we'll see. And
Trailers.
the new Disney CEO. Yo.
Oh.
Okay, wait a minute.
Forgot.
Let's do that real
You're
quick.
right.
Are we getting a Mandogu brand new trailer during the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Wes?
Yes. Yes, we have to.
With a full longer one online after.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I
They
think
have
we
to do the
mentioned this
30
last
second,
week.
right? Because
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
expensive.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
because it's not on ABC. They don't own it. It's
Yes.
on NBC. So Disney can't insider trading their finances to pay themselves for a Super Bowl
Tax
commercial.
write-off.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they're going to pay for this 30-second to put the full one on. My guess for the timing, though, is that might be one of the first commercials after the halftime show, which are historically the most watched lengths. So
Yeah.
very excited for that. I don't know any Bad Bunny songs. I'm excited to watch him and be like, oh my God, I love this. And then go on Spotify and then never listen to them again, which is what I do with every Super Bowl performer. It's got to be awesome. So check him out. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Hopefully we get a Mandogu trailer. We'll go through it all, of course, next week. And if we don't, we'll do a whole show about why the hell didn't they use the Super Bowl to put up a Mandogu trailer.
You'll get a story from us one way or another.
Absolutely.
Speculation, it'll be rampant.
Yeah. All right. Last thing before we let y'all go. JG, before you got on this call, you were on another Youtini call, recording another podcast. What is that and when is it coming out?
Yes, the Youtini Canon Book Club. We did a recording for Phasma or Rebel Rewind that will be coming out next Tuesday. We went back. It was Emmy's first time reading it. It was a reread for Hannah and I. And it was a great time. And a lot of y'all sent us questions and thoughts, and we went through all of them. And it's a fun time. If you haven't reread it since it came out, definitely check it out, guys. It is a top 10 Star Wars book.
It is phenomenal. Emmy, speaking of people that are coming to my Super Bowl party.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll send you all a picture. Not you all listening. Sorry, that's the JG West thing. Again, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me about my own life. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week because, my friends, that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Youtini Show. Thank you so much for watching and listening. It's truly the favorite thing we get to do all week. Make sure you head to youtini.com/community. Join our Discord. It is free and fun and lovely and full of folks that just want to chat Star Wars with you all day. And there's that sweet, sweet Star Wars Unlimited channel where we spend all of our hard-earned money on cardboard. But until next time, everybody, have a great week. Go Seahawks. And as always, may the Force be with you.